Christian statesmanship is not merely a matter of policy, it is a matter of virtue. And that virtue must be distinctly masculine. God has charged the state with a solemn duty to uphold justice, to reward the righteous, and to punish the wicked. This charge aligns seamlessly with the broader calling of men to protect, to guard, to cultivate righteousness, and to stand unflinchingly against corruption and tyranny.
But we live in a time when this natural order has been upended. The influence of feminism, far from being limited to radical fringes, has quietly reshaped the entire village. It has defeminized women, coaxing them into imitating men, while simultaneously demonizing masculinity, teaching men to be ashamed of their strength, conviction, and authority. The damage has not been isolated to the home. It has infected the polis.
A political order stripped of masculinity tends toward bureaucratic bloat, a sprawling welfare state, and the ascendancy of sentimentalism as governing principle. In other words, it becomes exactly what we see today. As statecraft becomes feminized, it forfeits its backbone, choosing appeasement over principle, empathy over justice, and indecision over duty.
This leads us to uncomfortable but necessary questions. Should women hold political office? Are conservative women in such positions part of the solution or symptoms of a deeper disorder? Can a woman wield public authority without sacrificing her nature? Or does doing so even with good intentions reinforce a disordered vision of politics?
Scripture offers us a sobering case study with Deborah, a prophetess, a righteous judge, and a rebuke to the men of Israel. Her ascent to leadership was not a normative triumph, but a divine indictment. She ruled with wisdom, yes, but also with reluctance. Her leadership did not arise from a properly ordered society, but from the cowardice of men who refused to lead. She did not marshal troops into battle. Barak did that at her summons. Deborah's legacy, therefore, is not a model for political femininity, but a cautionary tale about masculine abdication.
Ours is a generation suffering from the same abdication, and the need of the hour is not more policy tweaks or bureaucratic reforms. It is the recovery of masculine virtue. A true statesman must possess the capacity for force, yes, but it must be force governed by self-control, chastened by wisdom, and consecrated by faith. Without these, strength becomes tyranny, and leadership becomes dangerous.
The restoration of Christian political order begins with the restoration of Christian men. If men will not lead, then those governed by emotion rather than principle will fill the void. Sentiment will eclipse strength. Compromise will usurp conviction. The way forward is clear. Raise up men, not bureaucrats, not technocrats, but men who take responsibility for their households, their communities, and their nation. Only then can justice be secured.
Today we're joined by Bryce Eddy and Will Spencer. Bryce Eddy is a proud husband, father, and unapologetic conservative Christian committed to defending America's core values. A fourth-degree Machado black belt and host of The Bryce Eddy Show, he combines physical grit with ideological clarity to champion faith, traditional values, and limited government.
Will Spencer is a storyteller and adventurer whose journey has taken him from Stanford and the dot-com boom through 30 countries and deep into global spiritual traditions, from Himalayan meditation to Amazonian ayahuasca. The Lord found him at Burning Man, and now he hosts the Will Spencer podcast, exposing New Age deception and helping men reclaim their God-given authority.
This is Kings and Statesmen, a show dedicated to fostering thought, policy, and dialogue that shape the American political landscape in the virtues of truth, beauty, and goodness.
And now to our conversation.